Hello everybody, what's up YouTube? In today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to make millions per hour in Hypixel Skyblock, so let's get right into it. The first thing that you're going to want is farming 50. Now this is going to take quite a long time. I would estimate it's going to take you about 100 hours, and I'm going to show you just about everything that you're going to want to know in order to get the most amount of farming XP per hour every boost, what farm hand you want, all that stuff. So the farm hand that you're going to want is called the Pumpkin Dicer. Now the main thing about this is that it gives you plus 5% farming XP from pumpkins. This is going to be a great boost. Along with this, you're going to want the cultivating enchant, and you're going to want to level this enchant up to 10. So if you don't know how it works, basically as you farm crops, as you're breaking them with the Pumpkin Dicer or whatever this enchant is on, it'll level up as you break more crops, and once you reach a certain milestone you can get it all the way up to cultivating 10, which will give you plus 10% farming XP. Now another thing that you can do, but it just depends on how much money you have on you, is to recombobulate this axe. Now this is only going to be useful if you also have the Blessed Reforge on this, and with these two things you can get a plus 5% farming XP boost, which is also going to add a little bit extra farming XP to your axe. The next thing that's going to be very important is getting yourself a level 100 legendary or epic rabbit pet. The reason for this is because the 30% farming XP boost. This is going to greatly increase the amount of farming XP you can get per hour and is a overall very good pet. Along with this, I recommend getting a full set of young armor if you're going to go the method of farming pumpkins like I did. And the reason for this is that when it's fully equipped, it gives you the ability to get up to 500% speed with a god pot, and that's what the next thing is, which is getting a god pot. Now this gives you plus 20% farming XP. It also gives you a bunch of other buffs like speed, damage, crit chance, but the main two things that we're going to want for this is the speed boosts and the farming XP boost. Now the next thing that I recommend is more or less not necessary. It's more of a recommendation. You can choose whether or not to, but if you want to make money while you're farming pumpkins, it's a necessity, and that is the personal compactor. Now I have the 7000, but really you need the rare version or the personal compactor 5000. This will allow you to have the ability to craft the enchanted version of the pumpkin, and also the next one up, which I believe is, let's see here, the polished pumpkin. This is made with, I believe, 160 enchanted pumpkins, so you can have this and this in your personal compactor 5000 while you're farming. Along with this, you're going to want to have a pumpkin farm. Now this is what a pumpkin farm looks like without an island upgrade. So this is 5 layers non-island upgrade, and then this is with the island upgrade. Now if you can, if you're willing to spend money, if you're willing to spend gems, then getting the island upgrade is a huge boost because you have to turn far less times. You're going to be just farming straight up pumpkins in a row for a lot longer than you would be with this. You're going to have to turn a lot more, and in turn you're going to lose a lot more of the farming XP that you can gain per hour by doing that. Now real quick, I thought I would show you what it looks like to have the full setup here. So you can see we have the young dragon armor, we have our level 100 legendary rabbit equipped, and we have the pumpkin dicer. Now I only have cultivating 7. If you have cultivating 10, I believe it gives you 10.3 farming XP per pumpkin break with all the boosts, cookie buff, god pot, etc. But as you can see, the cultivating 7, I get 9.9 per. Now you might be asking yourself, why do you need farming 50? Why do I need to spend 100 hours of pumpkin farming in order to get myself to farming 50? Now the reason for this is because, as you can see below, you actually gain farming fortune for every level of farming that you have, and this is going to be very, very important for getting as much money as possible. And along with this, don't forget that you're also going to need a level 100 legendary elephant, and this, as you can see here, trunk efficiency plus 180 farming fortune. Huge buffs. And with about farming 50 and a level 100 elephant, you can get about 4 to 5 million coins per hour, which is a huge boost. So you're going to end up having to spend about 100 hours to get to farming 50, but once you do that, you'll be able to make pretty big coins. Now, along with this, there are some ways that you can buff this. One of the biggest ways that you can do this, and the way that I recommend you do this, is that while you're farming nether wart, you have these guys right here. These are melon minions. Now you can see I have hyper catalyst in them, I have a super compactor, and diamond spreading. You don't have to have diamond spreading. You can actually put a minion expander or whatever you want here, but I'm doing diamond spreading because it gives me a lot more of the coins back. It makes the cost of the fuel a lot cheaper. Now I have 24 of these running, and every 24 hours I get about 500 to 600,000 farming XP, or the equivalent of about 1 hour pumpkin farming. Now this is really nice because if you buy a couple days worth of Hyper Catalyst, as you can see I only have a day and a couple hours left on this one, but if you buy a couple of days worth of Hyper Catalyst, you can just leave this running and be making a lot of money doing this. And the reason for this is getting to farming 60. Now you are going to have to get gold medals in a couple of different farming events in order to actually unlock level 60, like level 50 to 60 farming skills. But as far as the actual XP that you're going to need, this is basically the best way to do that while actually farming nether wart. As a little note, most of you probably already know what nether wart farming is, but just to kind of show you what a rough estimate of a maxed out nether wart hoe looks like, this is about what it looks like. I don't have cultivating 10 on there. That's one thing that I could get up, and maybe a higher counter, I'm not entirely sure, but this is kind of what you're going to want when you're actually farming nether wart once you've gotten to about farming 50. You don't have to get exactly 50, I just recommend that you do. I'm pretty close, and so I'm just using melon minions to get to the rest of the way there, and hopefully eventually it'll get me to farming 60 and I can make the most amount of money per hour. And the final thing that I want to show you is at Anita. So let me put on this real quick so I can get there quicker. Now if you go to Anita, you'll actually notice here the last thing, so we talked about the farming level cap. The last thing that you can see here is extra farming drops. Now I'm pretty sure that if you max this out all the way, you get plus 30% farming drops. The issue with this is that obviously this gives you double drop chance. Now that doesn't exist anymore. That was replaced with farming fortune. So if I show you here, you can see at the very bottom you have mining and then farming fortune right there. So I'm not entirely sure if this works. I just went ahead and purchased it a couple of times just in case, but as of right now I don't know if this actually works or if it'll ever actually be changed to farming fortune. So this might be a way to get more drops, but it might just totally not do anything at all. So since this guide is supposed to be for new players, people who are in early game that are trying to get to the end game and have a reliable money making method, I thought that I would go over with you the account upgrades. These are very important upgrades that you can get at the community center, I believe it's called, and I'll show you right here, community shop by Elizabeth. The first thing that you're going to want to do as soon as you start this is that you're going to want to get the island size upgrade. As you can see, when it's maxed out, I get an extra, as a total, my island is 2.2 times larger than the normal size. Now I've heard that this costs gems, so if you're willing to spend gems, this is very good. This will allow you to get more farming XP per hour, and it is just a very good upgrade for nether wart farming as well. Now the other thing that you're going to want is the minion slots upgrade, and the reason for this is that this will allow you to place more melon minions down and in turn allow you to get more farming XP per hour. So with all that being said, that is my guide on how to make millions per hour in Hypixel Skyblock. Let me know if you want me to drop the pumpkin farm design in another video. Just like the video and comment down below if you do want me to kind of give you a guide on how to make the pumpkin farm so that you don't mess it up. Or if you just want to hear my suggestion, I can make another video showing you how to make the pumpkin farm. And along with that, I can also show you how to set up the melon minions at maximum efficiency. So either one of those, just let me know in the comments below if you want to see them.